but let's get information. If we can start having people go behind the banners.
ICU physician. So we would stabilize these patients, and after a few days, they would die because of the lack of resources, because of the infections spreading like crazy, because there's no hand soap in the ICU. And this is a war on children. That's what I saw. Every few hours, children are coming into the ER, already dead. Some of them in horrific shape, explosive injuries, shrapnel all over their bodies, burns, you can't even recognize their faces, limbs amputated, and unfortunately, a lot of them did not make it. But with all this despair, there's always hope, and I saw that firsthand. Many of them told me, we're not leaving Gaza, never. We're gonna rebuild Gaza. The ones I met in Egypt. The ones I met in Egypt told me the same thing. They're not going back, they're not staying in Egypt, they're going back to Gaza. And I want you guys never to belittle your actions because they are watching everything that you're doing. While I was in the ICU one day, a resident came up to me with his phone and he showed me Macklemore's Hind Hall, the song. And he was so proudly listening to it. And multiple people in Gaza came up to me while I was there and they said, you know what? The one thing that's giving us hope every day are the protests in America. I promise you, multiple people in Gaza told me that. Specifically, they were referring to the student encampments, but just the brave students here who sacrificed so much. So please do not belittle any of your efforts. And now that I'm back here, you know, I have the comfort of Southern California, but I know that nothing changed for them. And the bombs are getting closer and closer to the hospital that we were at. So I just wanted to play a voice note from a nurse who's seeking shelter just right outside the hospital in a tent with her family. Just listen to this, please. Caesar.
Ya Allah, Bismillah. Ya Allah, Bismillah.
Sorry, it wasn't the best audio, but this is right next to the hospital. This isn't even in Rafah. This is in Khan Yunis, a supposed safe zone. And so my last message is, you know, this is an American war. You know, one day when I was there, I was looking at a lifeless child, about 2 years old, with curly hair, and she was killed, she died. And I'm looking at her, and I honestly thought about Biden. And I said, why is Biden killing these kids? What is the purpose of this war? This is clearly an American war. Yes, Netanyahu has his finger on the trigger, but every bullet, every bomb is coming from Biden. So we have to make sure he pays the price. And don't let anyone make you feel guilty. Only Biden is responsible for Biden. Okay? So I need to see a pledge today. No one is voting for Biden in November. This Genocide Joe has to learn, the Democrats have to learn, and we can teach them that lesson. Thank you so much.